And everybody always asks me how I do it and what's the process like and what's the selection like, and I actually have no idea, because it just feels like a natural thing for me.
Wow, it's a big dance number.
It was insane.
Yikes.
I was excited and daunted and scared and thrilled.
I thought, wow, that's going to be unbelievably complicated.
Start praying.
Mamma mia, mamma mia.
Well, when we were breaking the finale, we wanted something that, you know, that VocalAdrenaline could do that was incredibly huge. They're supposedly the best in the country, so we were like, well, let's see them. Let's see what makes them so great. And once we had cast Jonathan Groff, who I had worked with before, you know, I really wanted something that showcased him.
When do you ever get to take the Bohemian Rhapsody journey? You know, it's like to do that song from start to finish and feel it and sing it and express it with your body. It's like you don't get that opportunity ever as an artist. So I've been really ramping up for this performance. I called Brad, who is the pianist, the music director on the show, and he taught me the piano part. Bum, 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 bum. And I don't play the piano, but I learned how to play that for the beginning of the song, and it was one of the most exciting things I've ever done.
So when I heard we were doing Bohemian Rhapsody, I passed out. And then when I came to, I realized this could be really fun. But no, really, it's probably one of the most exciting things we've done on the show, but it's one of the biggest nightmares. It's an incredibly complex piece of work. But nice thing is he gave me more time than he usually does on this one, which was very nice of him. He gives me a really long leash. We go off, we do our thing. He'll hear a demo, and then he'll give us comments on the demo. Also, by then, he'll have an idea of how he's going to shoot it, so then we can make adjustments. I think it's over 6 minutes long, and there's really no way to tackle it except just start at the beginning and start picking your way through it. And I mean, you start to pick apart an arrangement like that, and I mean, it's so incredible what he did. And it just takes time. It's very intricate. There's a lot of layers, and just start with one layer at a time. Start going.
Queen is one of those seminal acts. They're one of the biggest bands of all time, and they command a lot of money. And even though we certainly do spend it on Glee and we have a healthy budget, there's never enough money in Hollywood to do anything that you want to do, or to do everything that you want to do, I should say. So it was about trying to figure out how to actually get the band to agree to do the things that we needed to do with this song for the right price.
It was weird because right when I said, okay, let's do Bohemian Rhapsody, the Muppets released their version of Bohemian Rhapsody like that day or something, and it was all over the internet. It was an internet sensation.
You know, Ryan, his only reference to me was the Muppet version, which was interesting because it opens up with 3 chickens and Gonzo.
And I just kept saying, watch the Muppet version. Just watch the Muppet version, you know, which is based on the Queen video.
And I actually bought the Muppet version, and I was sitting there and I was like, is he messing with me? Like.
When he found out, he just kept saying, oh, I can't do it, it's too weird, it's too many different styles of music.
The tricky part for us, I think, is that 90% of the song is a ballad. It doesn't lend itself to typical like show choir, what they would do. So for us, you know, it's scripted and then they dance. But I think for us, it was very much like we read the page and it was like, well, something's gonna happen. Let's just walk it from the top. Don't do any lips, don't do anything. We just have to get this to start sinking in our head. Good luck. We got lucky on this one because we got 2 days, which totals out to about 12 hours because we have to give them lunch breaks. So we get about 12 hours. I think we should do it again just like that. Because there's too many, there's still like, oh, I forgot where I'm going, which is, you know, understandable. Because you did learn 5 minutes in 9 hours. there is no time and it's such a long piece. I mean, usually we can do a 2-minute number in a day. This one, because of its intricacy in the music, you kind of get caught up on wanting to hit every beat and hit every moment, but in turn, you have to get it all out. 2 things, let's do it, now let's do the lips in it. I feel like when y'all do the the peel-offs are, you're there, you're just standing, you're so early. So can we do me, da-da-da-dum, for me, da-da-da-dum, for me, da-da-da-da, just have the whole group leave? I feel like we've been just vomiting information out to the dancers. I feel like that's how we are with the kids at this point. I mean, it's
as much we can get out in an hour, in a second,
Yeah.
5 more minutes, right before lunch. We're
Yeah.
about to leave, how much more?
Yeah. All right, go to lunch, but try this first. Jonathan Groff.
For a non-trained dancer, it's amazing that he doesn't need to be shown 5 times. It's really, really natural, and it's amazing that he has no technical training like these dancers who've had for 20 years. So that's the incredible part. It's not that it's an actor doing it, it's that he just does it like the dancers do so well. So it makes him being in VocalAdrenaline so easy, since this is such an intense group. You know, these dancers are doing crazy, crazy tricks, and he just pops in like, I can do this.
We throw him in a group of 23 professional dancers and are doing pretty advanced lifts for the most. No, they're advanced lifts. I mean, I definitely get scared when I see some of them. And he doesn't have any sort of panic, and there's never very much like, oh, but me, what am I? He will make it work. The way he approaches things is very sort of strategic. Like he just has he sees it and he knows exactly how he can make that work.
Open your eyes, look up to the skies and see.
I get like excited and emotional during rehearsals. It's incredibly inspiring. We shoot it tomorrow, hopefully.
Anyway, the wind blows.
When Ryan said we were going to be doing Bohemian Rhapsody, my first thought is, I love that song. It's going to be fun. And then I thought, wow, that's a big dance number. Queen, Freddie Mercury was so theatrical with their performances and their own costumes, wardrobe. So I wanted it to be bright, theatrical, sequins as shiny of some sort if possible, rhinestones or something showy.
Well, Lou's a joy to work with. In my relationship, I've worked with her on many, many things for almost 10 years now. But the great thing about Lou is once you set something, I really don't need to do anything other than point at the 5 selections about which one I like. They're all great.
When we found out we had Bohemian Rhapsody, we actually shopped all 3 acts in one day. Just the ideas. We just power shopped it. Went out in the morning and just made a swoop through town and got a bunch of ideas, put them on a rack, drove down to Long Beach and showed Ryan that night. So then we started it on Monday, and I think we shot it that Thursday or Friday. So we had about 3 to 4 days to find it all.
We've never shot a number that long before. We've never recorded a number that long. It's 6 minutes long. And so we had to have the choreography, 6 minutes for the choreography, 6 minutes worth of music. And, you know, the idea was to intercut it with Quinn giving birth to her baby. And so not only do you need just regular choreography, we need choreography that we could use pieces of to intercut with somebody giving birth. So it's like we need certain movements. It was sort of a very complicated process of not only being able to shoot the whole thing, but being able to also then pick out the pieces that we're going to use as transitions, which is sort of tricky to do.
I just think it was much more strenuous, and if you watch the number, it's like 10 numbers in one. I think that's what's so amazing about it, is it's relentless in what it attempts to do, and there's a lot of different styles of dance in it. It has everything from, you know, Gene Kelly shout-outs to Fosse shout-outs to, you know, Nutcracker moves. It has a ballet segment. It's very complicated. We've never done anything that elaborate.
So it was intense. It was great and fun and beautiful, and we had a huge crowd of people, and The lights were amazing, and Jonathan Groff just killed it every time. He was really, really wonderful, and the dancers were great. There was a couple injuries during the shooting of it. Right away on the first take, one of the dancers banged his head and kept saying he was fine, but didn't quite know what day it was, so he was out. Brooke and Zach the choreographers had to literally rejigger to get it so it worked, and then another one sprained her ankle, and then we were doing a different pass, and the Steadicam went in very close, and another girl swung her head around and banged her head into the Steadicam, and another girl broke her finger. But they were all troopers, I mean, except the one that couldn't remember who the president was. We did pretty well, but it was wild. It was an amazing experience, and I'm very proud of it.
I hope that they say, how did they do that? I'm really proud of the show because television musicals never worked, and I think that what we do takes so much time and there's so much effort involved, and I hope that people feel the effort and people feel the love that we have for that song. You know, everybody just loves that song. The crew was singing it when we were shooting. And more than that, I just really hope that it's a showcase that people see how talented Jonathan is, because I think he's just so tremendous in it. That's what I hope people come away with.